All right, guys, we got a big box from Heritage, so stick around. We'll go through it and you'll see what I got. We'll see you in a minute. All right, guys, we hit 500, so that means somebody is winning a nice CGC 9.2 X-Men 221. Stick around to the end. We'll go over who the winner was, and we'll talk about the next giveaway. All right, guys, so this has some really big nostalgia for me. I can remember as a kid going to a place called Richie's Comics in Middletown, Ohio. I was probably 12 or 13 years old, and they had all around the top of the store these awesome models made by Horizon. They were vinyl. I don't know if Richie or someone that worked for Richie painted these, but as a kid, they were just awesome. I couldn't afford them. I think the cheapest ones ran around $25. The most expensive were around $45. And as a 12, 13-year-old kid, that was like $1 million. So as an adult, I can't afford them. So I'm going to open these up. And again, not my normal stuff I would open. But to me, I just think these are awesome. I'm not going to put them together or anything. They're just going to stay boxed up on the shelf. But it takes me back to, 12, 13-year-old kid. I had a paper route, but that wasn't enough money. It was just enough to cover my comic book fund. Couldn't get anything cool like this. So we'll go through these each one, and I'll show you what they are. And again, more nostalgia than anything for me. So this first one you can see is the Joker, and if you've never seen these before, I think they're 6 scale or roughly 6 scale. These are all in the original boxes. I'll open this up and kind of show you what it looks like, what the parts look like. Again, I'm not going to put these together. I have no interest in that, but you can see the original business reply for I think that's for damaged parts. It's got an instruction book, really intense instruction book. That's it. That's all you got to know, where each part goes. And then there may be a more detailed, this is their manual. Kind of tells you how vinyl model kits work, how to cut them apart, shows you how to paint them, what typical tools you're going to need to do this. And again, I'm not going to assemble these, but I'll pop this bag open and pull just a couple parts out so you kind of see the detail on this at the time. I mean, it was just ridiculously cool. That's the Joker. So you can see it was really high detail. They did have a while where they did some, I believe they're called recasts. So someone in China or somewhere, they took the originals, made a copied mold, and they would recast them in vinyl, and you could get them on eBay for like $10. I mean, the quality was crappy. I seen a few at like comic shows and stuff that people sold that were recast versions. The originals were really good. The molds were really good. You can see the detail, the lines in his pants. These were like, this was, I'd say the Joker probably ran around, I don't know, like a $35 one. This wasn't one of the highly detailed ones. Actually, it's got a price tag on it. $45 right there. I don't know if you guys can see that, make that out. But so $45 is what this costs. I paid less than that for all 4. So I got a really good deal. If you're going off retail value. But again, this is more nostalgia than anything. I just loved going. It was funny because I would only go to Richie's to look at these. I didn't buy most of my comic books from Richie's. I bought it from another place that I just liked it better. They had different stuff that, as far as like back issues than Richie's. Richie's had a lot of the new stuff, but not so much for back issues. Awesome to have these, finally 30 years later. So that one was the Joker. The next one up, this is one of the coolest ones in my mind. And these aren't real, like, as an adult, these wouldn't be hard at all to assemble. You use a little heat or warm water to soften up the vinyl, and then you would cut off the extra like flashing around it. I've seen where people fill them with plaster to make them sturdy. But here is the Green Goblin. Pretty cool one. Yeah, I mean, again, there was nothing like it at the time. You know, you couldn't get any. The model kits that you could buy were just, you know, they were the plastic, crappy Incredible Hulk. So nothing real exciting. This next one is kind of interesting. I actually I have one of these assembled. You may be able to see it behind me. I'll get up and grab it. But they had two versions of Spider-Man. This was definitely the better of the two. This was the second one that they did. The first one was very, very basic. It was kind of in the style like John Romita, the first one they did. It didn't have a lot of detail in the sculpt. So this one actually looks really good. And let me pop up, I'll grab the one that I actually did assemble and paint. So you kind of get an idea of what it looks like finished. So there's the box. And there's an actual one that I painted. And it's funny, I actually assembled this one here probably in my mid-20s. My mom was a really good painter, and I asked my mom to paint it. And it sat at my mom's house for 20 years. I moved all across the country. I lived on both coasts. I was visiting one time and saw it and said, you know what, I'm going to take that home and I'm going to finish it. I'm going to paint it. So I went through and painted it. So now it's, you know, like I said, I got the original box one and the actual completed finished one. And again, I don't know how well you can tell in the camera, but the details of this thing are just, I mean, it's insane. It's so detailed. The muscles and the lines for the webbing in his costume. And they made a bunch of them. I think they started with like the Universal monsters. Like you get like a Frankenstein and a Dracula and stuff like that. And then they made a few for DC. I believe they made them for the '89 Batman. There was a Penguin version. There was the '89 Batman version. They made Phoenix, Cable. They made a Ghost Rider one. They made a Silver Surfer, which was like, I mean, it's just a smooth character with a surfboard. It was kind of boring, really, if you think about it. But yeah, if you want to look these up online, just Google Horizon vinyl model kits. And they made a bunch. They went out of business, I want to say, in 91 or 92. I think there were some issues with the licensing. They lost some of their licensing. The last one we got, Spider-Man 2099. I've never seen this one in person. This was one of the late ones that came out right before they went out of business. So it does look really detailed. Again, you can see all the muscle tone and all the veins and like where around his eyes. Again, I don't know how well you can see it in the picture, but around his eyes you can see like wrinkles from a squint. And then it looks like there's maybe some, I don't know if that's in there, some like plastic, clear white plastic webbing stuff. Let's see if that's in there because it looks interesting. Again, I know this isn't the normal stuff I would post. This is just, for me, this is really cool. So I thought, you know, hey, maybe you guys have never seen it before. I'm sure I got something you've never seen before. So let's dump all this out. Yeah, so it actually looks like it's injection molded plastic is what that is. So you would cut that out and then I guess just paint in the lines. So yeah, I don't know. It's kind of silly looking, to be honest. But again, the detail, the sculpt, and the quality of their casting of this is really good. You can see too, and I'll pop this one out too just to show you a couple little things. I just decrease the value of it. No, I'm just kidding. It's not, again, these will never get sold. These are 100% sentimental value, but dropped a foot. So you can see at the top here, all of this excess. So you would heat that up with hot water usually, and then take an X-Acto knife and kind of peel it off. And then you would do the same with this part of it. Heat it up, peel it off, and then they would fit together. Usually you have to, because I have assembled a few of these. I did get a couple as a kid from like Santa Claus. You do have to kind of heat them up and kind of form them together. Usually you need to use a little bit of modeling putty to fill in any gaps and seams. But yeah, just like I said, I wanted to share with you guys. You may think, wow, that's a waste of our time. Why do we watch this video? Maybe you liked it, I don't know. Either way, thanks for popping in. I do appreciate you guys checking it out. We are still running a giveaway. If we hit 500 subscribers before this comes out, there is a second tier for when we get to 1,000 subscribers. So if we've already hit 500, I'll announce the winner when that comes. And then we're going to actually just push on through to 1,000. There'll be a new book I'm giving away. What you can get right now, if we're not at 500 yet, is this book, 9.2 CGC 9.2 White Pages, Uncanny X-Men 221. It's the first appearance of Mr. Sinister. So like, subscribe, leave a comment below, and you get a chance to win that. And if this is already gone, you'll be entered for the next book, which is right here. But I'm not going to show you until we get to 500. So thanks again for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you guys next time.